Hello, welcome to this update for severe weather. So let's see here. We have 3 areas of slight risk today and 2 marginals. So we have this marginal in like uh, parts of Idaho, Montana, and northeastern Wyoming, and this light there in southeastern Wyoming, all the way to the Texas Panhandle, and this light from eastern Oklahoma to Alabama, and this other light here from eastern Kentucky to New York. So also this marginal from parts of Wyoming all the way down to Alabama and all the way up to Vermont. So a big area. Let's see. The tornado threat is under 2%. But always be careful too, because you never know. Yesterday there was a big storm in Nebraska there that supposedly had a tornado, but didn't even have a tornado warning. So you never know with this storm. So it's less than 2%, but you can never rule out a tornado or two. So always be aware as well. And wind is what's driving like all these light risks. In all the 3 areas, there's 15% chance of 50 knots or higher winds within 25 miles of a given point, and 5% in the marginals. Hail is just 5% in this big marginal, and 15% in the high plains there in Colorado, Wyoming, and Nebraska. So be aware. And let's see. Clusters of thunderstorms accompanied by potential damaging wind gusts are possible today to tonight to the Ohio Valley, northern Mid-Atlantic, across parts of the Ozark Plateau and lower Mississippi Valley, and the front range of Sangre Crystal Mountains. So be aware. Let's discuss some different things here. First, for the northeast, for that slight risk there. So we already have maybe a storm or two and shower in Indiana and Ohio, and then more showers there later, and then it starts firing these little thunderstorms in Ohio around the lake too, parts of southern Ontario, some storms too, and like eastern Michigan and parts of Indiana, some stronger storms there in Indiana. And then later into early this afternoon, more storms there, some stronger ones, and by mid-afternoon or I think this is evening already, or late afternoon, yeah. I think by late afternoon we'll start getting some stronger storms there, stronger in Ohio too, and some in Indiana, and then in southern Ontario too, lots of storms. And then let's see, and these ones here in Pennsylvania and New York, showing some strong ones there, so be careful. And because of this heat and everything, you generate a lot of instability for these storms, so they will be packing a punch. Be careful. And then they will continue through the evening there into parts of New York and Pennsylvania. Then there'll be this line behind that comes from Ohio into Pennsylvania and West Virginia there. Shows really strong storms with this line there later this afternoon. So, and these other storms will approach New York City too and go into Connecticut and parts of Massachusetts later. There's still some storms, some showers mainly in Vermont and other areas, and some storms in Ontario still. So further south here, we might get some storms popping this afternoon, parts of Kentucky, West Virginia, that line there, and then later we get these other storms in Tennessee there, coming into Kentucky too, some stronger ones. So let's see, for the southeast, we have we have that cluster of storms there in Oklahoma now, and Missouri and Arkansas, and then they will keep going a little bit, and these storms will be really strong. There's a lot of heating and instability there in eastern Texas and other areas in northwestern Louisiana, so this will be very strong. Let's see, they go into northwestern Louisiana, parts of Arkansas too, and then these other storms here from Missouri go towards Tennessee and northern Mississippi, some into western Kentucky too, and then these storms continue in Tennessee there and go into Kentucky like I showed you before a little bit, and then it shows even some storms in Alabama, maybe a storm or two, and down here this line keeps going into northeastern Texas and Louisiana, and they dissipate, but maybe a storm or two later. So this outlook could be updated here, like they have a marginal risk all the way there, yeah, but you never know that they could change this later. So let's see here. For Florida, there's some showers and tropical thunderstorms, but no severe weather. Just some afternoon thunderstorms there, and yeah. Let's see here for the south central, for the plains too. So you have that I already talked about. And then we have that low pressure there, lots of showers in New Mexico, maybe a thunderstorm or two. And then the low pressure keeps going there, fires some storms around Wyoming. I'll show you further north later. So some showers and storms in Colorado too, and some stronger ones form there in southeastern Colorado later. You go into Kansas, maybe other areas. And it even shows a pop-up storm or two in Oklahoma there. So those ones there. Let's see further north so you can get a better idea here for, but this is not very good. Wait, I want to see like Wyoming here, Wyoming and Colorado. Let's see. So you have that low pressure there. In Idaho there was the marginal risk for wind, so we might get a strong storm or two there in Idaho this afternoon, maybe into Montana as well. Lots of showers and storms down by Utah and Nevada, mainly showers, and then we'll get these storms starting to form in southeastern Wyoming and Colorado, maybe affect Nebraska too. So this model isn't showing a lot of strength with this, but they have that slight risk there for wind and hail. So be aware. Let's see if there are any other areas I should check, but maybe we should just take a look at the north central here. So let's see those storms there, those storms in Indiana I showed you, in Ohio, going to Michigan and Ontario, and then here only some showers there in Minnesota, maybe a storm or two in Canada, and let's see. Yeah, this area is mainly quiet. So this is it for the severe weather. Let's see the rainfall now. So there's this slight risk of flash flooding in parts of New Mexico and Arizona, that marginal and that other marginal. So be aware. Day 2 is that marginal there from Montana to Minnesota, that's light from Kansas to Iowa, that's light from New Mexico to southern Wyoming, and those two marginals as well. So stay safe. Let's see. Day 3, that small marginal there, that's light in the Midwest and marginal. Day 4, that big marginal all the way from northern Mexico through the southwest, through the plains, through the central, all the way up there into the northeast. So day 5, that marginal on the east coast and another marginal on the southwest there. So this, nothing. And let's see precipitation for today, for tomorrow, and if you are from Canada or Mexico, also take a look at this, because this is the map for the US, but it also shows southern Canada, so be aware too. Let's see, take a look, day 3, day 4, and take a look at the areas that we will get more rain, if your area might rain or not. So take a look everywhere. Day 5, day 6, the days down here below, and day 7. and days run through 7 is like this. So it shows a lot for Mexico there too, other parts there of Canada, the Midwest. And let's see here. This is for Tuesday, no? Let's see. Tuesday. Okay. Let's see if this works here. No, sorry. So let's see what else. This map for today, tomorrow, and later. And we should take a look at the next few days of severe weather because they are looking pretty big. Let's see. So tomorrow is that big margin all the way from Arizona through New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma, all the way up there into Canada, and this light risk in parts of Kansas, Nebraska, North and South Dakota, Montana, Northwestern Wyoming, Colorado, and parts of Canada there. So let's see. There's this marginal risk in the East Coast too, in the Carolinas and Georgia, and tornado threat is 2% there, all the way from northern Oklahoma there to Saskatchewan. So, and Montana too a lot. Let's see. Wind threat is the 5% in the whole marginal, and this 15% all the way from Kansas to Canada. There's this hatched area for hurricane force winds, parts of Montana and the Dakotas and northwestern Wyoming. And hail is also kind of the same. That 5% area, 15%, and that hatched area there. And be aware in Canada too for tomorrow. Let's see. Severe thunderstorms are possible across Montana into the southern central plains on Thursday. So be aware. And there was some instability models showing lots of potential there in Montana and North Dakota for hail, tornadoes, and damaging winds. So be aware. Let's see. Day 3, Friday, is that slight risk in Iowa, Missouri, Illinois, and parts of Kansas and Nebraska. Probabilistic 5% to 15%. And this marginal here, all the way from Colorado to Manitoba. So let's see. Severe thunderstorms may develop in parts of Central Plains into parts of the Upper Midwest and Upper Mississippi Valley on Friday. Large hail damaging wind, a couple of tornadoes will be possible. So that's for Friday. Days 4 through 8, there's nothing here. So the fire threat for today, it's like this. So they have that elevated in parts of Oregon, Nevada, and Idaho, and that elevated in Washington. And that ISO dry T is like isolated dry thunderstorms, the probability for isolated dry thunderstorms. So be aware, they can cause fires. Let's see. Day 2 here is just elevated in parts of Idaho, Utah, and Nevada there. And day 3 through 8, they don't have nothing yet. So let's see here. This thing, the hazards, there are heat advisories all the way to North Carolina there, South Carolina, parts of Florida, Georgia, and even New Jersey there, and Pennsylvania. I think that's New Jersey, yes. And there's that excessive heat warnings in Oklahoma and Texas, heat advisories through the south there, also parts of New Mexico, flood watches in New Mexico. I think that in Colorado's air quality alert, yes. Some red flag warnings, high wind watches in Idaho, wind advisories, and excessive heat in Southern California. I think that's air quality too. And what's this? High surf advisory there, and some red flag warnings. Yeah. So these warnings change all the time, but be aware. Let's see. Today's Wednesday. It shows more instability for the south there. This is the Cape. And then for Kentucky too, some areas. And then some in the northeast there. Some instability too. Let's see. For Canada here. And then we can check some temperatures if you want. So we currently have this. This could change later. So, but we have some rainfall warnings in Alberta. Rain this afternoon through Thursday. Let's see. Rainfall warning through there. And here's some special weather statements for unseasonably high temperatures will continue. And here, a period of unseasonably high temperatures too. And this red spot here, let's see, heat warning. They even have here lows near 15 degrees and might approach 30 degrees. That's kind of crazy, that far north. So we can actually see here, if you want, the temperatures. Canada uses Celsius, I think, so I'll show it in Celsius better. So you see we have those hot temperatures in Alaska too, even to 30 degrees in Alaska there. So that's pretty crazy. So here in Canada too, around 22, but these areas don't have any seas, so they don't show. So I'll just keep pressing 27, 26. In that area they're like 25, 24, and it could definitely be higher in an area or another, like 28 there, and some other areas. So down here for the rest of Canada, kind of warm in these areas, but not much, and a little bit colder through Quebec, Nunavut also colder, and mild temperatures through Ontario and southern Manitoba. So let's see here some other temperatures here. Wait, this. So let's see. For today, they're like even to 105 in Texas there, 100, even 100 there in parts of the southeast, 100, 90s there, 100s in the southwest, 90s in the valley there, and even 90 all the way to Idaho there, and even some 90s in the northeast possible. And for tomorrow, there is still some 100s there, 90s, 100s. For Friday, still some 100s there, 100s, 90s, 95. For Saturday, let's see, some 100s there, still 90s, 100s, 100s, 90s. For Sunday, still some 100s there, 113 even, and more stuff. And then for Monday here, and for Tuesday. So let's see. The 48-hour quantitative precipitation here, and let's see some wind. I prefer showing the wind gusts here, I think so. So today some stronger winds near Quebec there and Labrador and other areas, and then by tomorrow, maybe late today, some stronger winds in parts of the northwest. Let's see. And then this is by Thursday. We start getting some very strong winds there in Montana, Idaho, Wyoming, and also in the plains, some gustier winds. And then this model always changes, so don't rely on this completely. But it shows like very strong winds there, all through Wyoming, Montana, parts of Alberta too, Idaho, in other areas, even in California maybe, through the plains. So these blues here are like 50, I think, yeah, in the 50s mile per hour. So Friday, let's see, still some strong winds there by Saturday, and more stuff. So this is it, I think. Stay safe.